Thank you. That's a fanfare. That's designed to get your attention. Did it work? So welcome to our 6th concert in the park. I will be the band director this evening. My name is Terry Kowinski. Thank you, Judy. And I never told you anything about myself, so I thought maybe I'd take 30 seconds to do that tonight. I have a background in elementary and middle school band directing. I directed at Salesville School for many, many years, and that became H&R District, which was a consolidation of Rubicon, Neosho, and Herman. So that is my background, and I'm sticking with it. That's what I did. I'm happy to be here now. I was a member of the band as a clarinet player for, must be about 5 or 6 summers now. Didn't really play during the school year because of the school agenda and everything I had to do there. And when Mr. Vandermeus, and if you're not sure about his name, he's the guy with the beard, when he retired and moved away, I stepped up, and I'm so thrilled to be doing this. It's sometimes a little daunting, but it's still a wonderful challenge, and I'm enjoying every minute. So, thank you. So tonight our theme is all about music from the Old West. We'll stop for a moment about midway through the concert to have a performance by our very own Dixieland Band. And if you were here last week, you heard them, and they were fantastic. So look forward to that about midway through the concert. Before we begin, I would like to point out, as I did the very first week that we were here in the park in June, that we do have a lot of students with us, and we do that every summer. And I just think it's so important to acknowledge them because they are our future for band. And I'll tell you, these kids that I've gotten to know them now, I don't want to let them go. That's kind of my problem. I can't let go. But they've been through all the weeks with us, maybe missing, one for family vacation, but, who wouldn't blame them for that, right? So I want to just recognize the students that we have. I'm going to have the two percussionists come out because last year, in June they wouldn't do that. So come on out. They have been so awesome. And I'll tell you, their leader back there, his name is Chuck. He wears so many hats, and I want to give a round of applause to Chuck for helping these students as much as he has. It is not easy when there are so many parts and then just a few players. And even if there are a lot of players, sometimes that's even worse because then they're trooping on one another. But the percussion thing is it's a life all in itself. Anyway, I'm going to have the rest of the students please stand. They're from Hartford, Slinger, and Kettle Moraine High School. Please stand. Students. We all thank you so much for being here, and we hope you had a good time. We still have 2 more weeks, so don't think this is it. And you gotta come back next year and bring more with you. Okay, so the fanfare that you heard is actually called an American Fanfare, and it was written by composer Rick Kirby. Rick Kirby was actually educated in the New England area, but he moved to Wisconsin, and he taught high school and college here in Wisconsin. When he got to a certain age, and it was in 2001, he retired from teaching to pursue a career in music composition. And then he debuted an American Fanfare at Carroll College in Waukesha. And some of our students, some of our city band members are fortunate enough to be attending Carroll College when Rick Kirby was there debuting his piece. And as soon as I got this piece out, I heard about the whole thing and how wonderful it was to sit in on that. So that's an experience, and we're glad they were able to be there for that. Now I'd like to introduce our speaker for this evening. She will explain a little bit about each piece before we play them. Her name is Willow Noralag, and she is from our clarinet section. She will be our announcer this evening. This is Willow.
Next, the Hartford City Plan will play a montage of American Western songs. To start you off, you will hear a beautifully flowing version of Red River Valley, which dates from the Reconstruction era following the Civil War. Red River Valley is referred to as a cowboy torch song, or a song sung by an evening campfire. Its lyrics are sentimental and are about lost or unrequited love. From the beautiful flowing valley, our montage leads us to a song entitled I'm a Poor Wavering Stranger. This song dates from the early 19th century and came into premise at camp meetings and revivals, and can be found in old hymn books of the period. Much like River Valley, the melody is beautiful, but also melanarchy. The song was later popularized by Burl Ives in the 1940s and became the theme of his CBS radio network show, The Wavering Stranger. Finally, the montage picks up speed for a quick-stepping version of Buffalo Gals. The title and lyrics are referenced to the many dancing girls who performed in the bars, concert halls, and brothels in Buffalo, New York Canal District. This song was written in 1844, and the word Buffalo was often changed to reflect the town or city it was being sung. Its versatility and catchy melody made it widely popular throughout the U.S. the Mississippi Overture consists of 4 short movements, each of which describes the geography and ever-changing flow of the Mississippi River. The overture begins with an introduction of lighthearted in nature. It stands in contrast to the start of our first movement entitled Father of the Waters, which is peaceful but ever-changing. It's not hard to hear the tranquility of the water as it flows musically along to rushing rapids. A beautiful start to our journey. The second movement entitled Huckleberry Finn and is based on Mark Twain's novel and Huck's adventures along the river. The playfulness of the melody is reminiscent of Huck's adventures, full of wonders and surprises, and much like the river itself. The third movement, Old Creole Days, is an interpretation of the spiritual music of the times. The tempo slows down a bit, and the music takes on a more serious or emotional mood, thus reminding us of the river's strength. The final movement, Mardi Gras, is quick-tempoed and light, conjuring up images of dancing water as it reaches the New Orleans. The overture wraps up with a return to the melody heard in the introduction. A fanfare starts to pay homage to the mighty and ever-changing waves of the river. We hope that you will enjoy the trip.
Up next will be our Dixieland Band. So if you give us a moment, we'll be right with you.
Are we on? No, we are. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. It's just lovely to see all of you here tonight. How many of you were here last week? Oh, well, goodness. Then you will know all about the instrumentation of a Dixieland band, don't you? Right. What's the only instrument that's, yeah, you got that right. It's me, I know. But they let me play with them because I'm the one that gets all the gigs. So as long as I keep getting gigs, I keep playing in the band. We are kind of a unique group here, our little Dixieland combo. Did you know that Dixieland bands are all about collective improvisation? Anybody know what that means? Collective improvisation, yes.
Sounds wrong, it's right.
It means we all play solos at the same time and we don't play according to the music. That's basically what that means. So here's a tune called Basin Street.
One, two, three.
Sure, this is on. There we go. Okay. If you're enjoying this tonight, our next appearance, if you will be at MJ's Deli. It's like that way, about 5 minutes. And the American Legion will be doing a fundraiser there, brat fry. Everybody likes brats, right? Okay, so come and have a brat and listen to the music. And we should be there, I would guess, between like 10:30, 11 o'clock in about 2 hours. So there will be a lot more music if you like Dixieland, and we hope to see you there. And oh, you want to know what day? Well, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? It is a Saturday, and it is August 13th. August 13th, so that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Okay. So, last tune of the evening here, of our last tune of the evening, because there's lots more concert band for you yet. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
One, two, three.
entitled The Trail West is a collection of folk songs enjoyed and shared by early settlers of this country. Their travels were inspired by hope, opportunity, and adventure, and the music was a reflection of their journey. We begin the collection with The Promised Land, a song that celebrates a new beginning. From there you will hear The Girl I Left Behind, which has its origins in England and was said to be played or sung when soldiers left for war or a naval vessel set sail. Next, the trail leads to a piece entitled The Riddle Song, a lullaby carried over by the settlers to the Elka Plains and was a game song for children. our folk song collection continues with two fiddle tunes, the Arkansas Traveler and Old Dan Tucker, both of which are lighthearted, reminding us of the important role music played and still plays in keeping spirits up when faced with challenges. To round off this section, you will hear Swing Low Sweet Chariot, an African-American spiritual. It is said that the composer, Wallace Willis, may have been inspired by his travels down the Red River, by which he was trolling, as it reminded him of Jordan River in Africa, as it was a mode of transportation which often could carry souls home to heaven. We hope that you will enjoy our inspiration collection of early American music. Our next selection, Banks of the Arkansas, is a folk dance. The dance style is known as a reel. Like the waltz, jig, and stratocy, immigrants brought with them the music and dances of their former land. In the case of Banks of the Arkansas, as we are sure many more, this song took on a new title when it reached its new home. Fun fact about the Arkansas River, the river played an important role in Western expansion as it served as a navigational guide for the Santa Fe Trail, which stretched from Missouri to New Mexico. We hope you will enjoy. Our last selection for this evening is a march written by American composer Henry Fillmore. This march is called America's We and was published in 1929. Fillmore dedicated it to all of us as we wish to reach all Americans with his old-fashioned patriotism. The work went on to be one of Fillmore's finest. We hope you enjoy Americans We.
Thank